What's up, guys? Colin from Built to Wander. Behind me is my Wrangler 392 project down at 3D Off-Road. Matt and I are continuing on with the build series, and today we're going to finalize steering, get that winch plate from Savvy Off-Road installed now that it's been powder coated. We're gonna get the Jeep up on the lift, tear down the factory skids to prep for some Next Venture skid plates. We'll install Adam's drive shafts and finally pre-wire some Baja Designs lighting so that when all of our armor comes back from paint, we can start with final assembly. Before we get started, like this video, subscribe to the Built to Wander channel. Let's get after it.
All right, so right now we're getting ready to install the Adams drive shafts. They do send a new yoke for the transfer case. So we've got the old one removed. We're getting ready to install the new one and then get the new drive shaft put in. So what I've got is the rear drive shaft from Adams drive shaft. Guys, it's pretty important to do the red Loctite on these drive flanges like this. They will come loose. Also, just to give you a little info on this, you know, all the joints are either from Niapco or Spicer. It is a 2.5 inch drive shaft 095 wall, which is pretty much double the strength of the stock shaft. So, you know, super important when you're out crawling around. You don't want to worry about this thing getting twisted up and smashed. So pretty important piece of the build, and can't wait to get this thing installed. We're installing the front drive shaft. We've got the yoke for the CV. It's a little different style. Instead of the flat flange, it just utilizes a standard CV. We're gonna get this installed and then get the front shaft put in. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and install this winch plate from Savvy, get the winch mounted to it and get it pre-wired so that way when the bumper gets here, then we can just mount it on.
Right up against the grill, but we'll get this bolted in and then that's in place. So once the bumper comes back from paint, we can literally slide it right on. It'll be pretty easy. All right, so today, like I said, kind of an odds and ends day. We're just getting some little things done while we wait for more pieces to the puzzle to show up. One of the things we did was get these Squadron Sports installed on the A-pillars. These are actually pretty cool. They are the Nitto collab with Baja Design, so pretty stoked about these lights. They've got the Nitto logo in them, which is really cool. And we've got all the wiring done pretty much for those. They'll be wired into the factory switch in the dash on the Jeep. And then I think we have some more wiring to do for lighting, but we're gonna pause and install the Savvy Rock sliders. Those were powder coated here in-house. The rest of the armor was out to paint, and that's why we're waiting on it. But because they're done, we're gonna take the time, get them installed, and then one last thing we gotta do when we get the rest of the armor back.
Rail's done.
Oh, they're on.
Sick.
All right, so we just got our steering gearbox back from PSC. So we sent them the factory gearbox out of our 392. It's built out now. They basically go through, they port it, they build it out a little bit. So it's built out just like their big bore box. The only difference is this has the exact steering gear ratio that our Jeep came with because it's the factory box. So the nice thing is we'll be able to bolt this right up, and then this will basically up top will connect to our steering pump, our reservoir, and then down below will be the 2 lines for left and right input at the actual cylinder assist. So we're gonna go ahead, get this box installed, then we can connect the Rock Jock drag link, finalize steering, get all the lines hooked up, and this thing will be a driver. So I'm really excited.
All right, so what we did is we set toe. What I do is I take a little scribe, I scribe the tire, just so that there's a little bit of a line there so that you have equal on front and back, and it makes it easy to see. You're not relying on the tread, and being off a little bit. So, we're gonna set it to a 16th to an 1/8 inch toed in. Now we're gonna set the ram on and get that all adjusted, and then get the drag link adjusted, so.
Guys, thanks for following along as we got some odds and ends done on the Wrangler 392 build behind me down at 3D Offroad in Colorado Springs. We got that Savvy Offroad winch plate and the Warn winch mounted. We installed the Savvy Offroad rock sliders that were powder coated down here at 3D. We installed some Baja Designs A-pillar lights, got the Adams drive shafts in, pulled some stock skids to make way for some upgrades from Next Venture Motorsports. Next up, we'll be doing final assembly of all the armor now that it's back from paint. Drop me a comment below. Let me know what your favorite upgrade on this thing is so far. And as always, hit the like button if you did, and subscribe if you haven't. Until next time, wander on.